Welcome, traveler. Tonight, you are invited to leave behind the weight of the modern world. Settle into your bed, your sanctuary, and feel it embrace you like a calm lagoon cradles the moonlight. Let your body begin to sink gently into rest. Unclench your jaw, lower your shoulders, release your thoughts like feathers into the wind. Allow each breath to become slower, deeper, softer. You are safe, you are home, and yet a grand voyage awaits. You're about to journey across the layers of time and space to a city unlike any other, a city that floats, a dream shaped in stone and water. With each breath, your mind grows lighter, like mist lifting above calm waters. Feel the soft caress of velvet cushions beneath you, the whisper of silk brushing your skin. You are reclined in a gondola unlike any you've ever seen. Long, narrow, carved with intricate golden scrolls and dark polished wood. The world around you dims as a velvet darkness wraps around the gondola. Not a void, but a safe, sacred passage. There is no fear here, only comfort. The water beneath begins to ripple gently, pulling you forward through the quiet folds of time. You drift silently through a portal of centuries, lulled by the hush of forgotten dreams. With the lightest whisper of sound, the fog parts. Ahead, shapes emerge, ghostly silhouettes of domes and towers, graceful archways and flying buttresses. A soft golden glow begins to rise on the horizon. The air changes warm and fragrant, infused with the scent of jasmine, aged wood, ocean salt, and melted candle wax. Time reassembles itself softly around you. The year is 1503. You have arrived. Venice. The gondolier who guides your vessel stands cloaked in midnight blue velvet, his face serene, his hands steady as he rows with deliberate grace. Each stroke of the oar moves you gently down the Grand Canal. It is twilight, and the city wears its nighttime splendor like a crown. Glimmering reflections ripple across the water's surface, where ancient palazzi stretch toward the heavens. The facades are of white and rose marble, inlaid with mosaics and adorned with weathered statues. Balconies overflow with hanging ivy and flowering pots, glowing under lanterns that flicker like captured stars. You drift beneath the Rialto Bridge, its arch sheltering soft echoes of footsteps and laughter. Somewhere nearby, a trio of musicians tunes their viols. Their melodies float above the canal like perfume, gentle, slow, haunting. The air is hushed, but alive. Every inch of Venice breathes beauty and mystery. The gondola rocks slightly, a motion as soothing as a cradle. Let your breathing match the rhythm of the oar. Steady, slow, dip and glide, dip and glide. Let your thoughts drift. Let your body release. You are not in a hurry. You are not being watched. You are not expected anywhere. You are simply here, safe, held, home. The gondola continues down a narrow passage where the stone walls close in like a secret being whispered. Lanterns begin to appear in the shadows, low, amber glows reflecting off the water in 1,000 shimmering shards. Your gondolier turns down an even smaller canal, and suddenly the space opens up. Before you, nestled in a quiet basin, is a secret cove, the Twilight Market, a place untouched by the clock, known only to poets, dreamers, and wandering spirits like you. Colorful silk canopies sway in the night breeze, suspended between antique columns and slender masts. Floating lanterns hover in the air, their flames protected beneath delicate glass domes. Soft music plays from unseen instruments, resonating from within the walls themselves, as if the buildings are humming lullabies. Step ashore. The stone beneath your feet is warm, kissed by the last sun of the day. The marketplace feels like something out of a dream, not loud or bustling, but quiet, reverent, peaceful. You walk past a stall of hand-blown Murano glass. Delicate animals, teardrop pendants, and fluted vials glisten like frozen stars. An elderly artisan smiles and hands you a small bottle. You uncork it and inhale. Lavender, fig, a touch of bergamot. The scent is ancient and calming, like a memory of someone you once loved in another life. Farther along, a painter in a peacock-colored cloak sits beneath an archway, her fingers moving slowly, precisely. She paints miniature portraits using brushes no wider than a strand of hair. You catch a glimpse of a portrait that resembles you. Eyes calm, face serene. She smiles knowingly and says nothing. Nearby, a string of pearls is draped like moonlight across a velvet cloth. The merchant gently offers them to you. You lift them, cool to the touch, luminous like dew. You take your time. There is no rush here, no currency exchange, only peace, presence, and beauty. High above, stars appear, dazzling and infinite. The sky is deep navy blue, scattered with constellations that seem almost close enough to touch. A breeze carries the scent of sweet pastries, cinnamon and almond from a nearby stall. Eventually, you return to your gondola. The gondolier nods silently, welcoming you back without words. As you recline once more, the gondola eases back into the canal. The market fades behind you like the tail end of a dream. The air is cooler now. Your eyelids are heavier. Sleep tugs at the corners of your thoughts. Let yourself drift. Let yourself fall. You are safe. You are floating. You are deeply, deeply at rest. And your journey through Venice has only just begun. The gondola glides onward, deeper into the quietude of night. The market is now a soft memory behind you, and ahead, the canals narrow again, like the winding corridors of a dream. The only sounds are the faint creak of the gondola's wooden frame, the rhythmic lapping of water, and the distant call of a night bird perched on a tiled rooftop. You feel yourself becoming lighter, thoughts dissolving like morning mist. The air is cooler, touched by the sea. Overhead, stone balconies stretch from aristocratic homes, their windows dimly glowing with candlelight behind delicate lace curtains. Soon you arrive at a hidden water gate. Vines wrap the stone frame, and soft moss carpets the steps leading into darkness. The gondolier pauses, then silently motions for you to disembark once more. A narrow pathway unfolds, lit by lanterns encased in crystal. With each step, your body relaxes further, your feet guided as if by memory. The air here is perfumed with night-blooming jasmine and crushed basil. You follow the sound of a quiet fountain, and as the path curves, the space opens into an expansive garden. This is the Giardino Nascosto, the hidden garden, reserved for nobles and visiting mystics. It is a place where time does not pass. Towering cypress trees and rose bushes surround you, forming living walls of privacy. Marble statues watch over serene lily pools, and benches of alabaster invite you to pause, to reflect. You sit beside a low fountain, its waters spilling in concentric circles, the sound like distant bells melting in the air. Above, the stars turn slowly. You breathe in and release. Your breath joins the rhythm of the garden's stillness. Inhale and soften. Exhale and let go. An attendant, robed in gold-trimmed silk, approaches with a chalice of warm, spiced wine. The scent of orange peel and nutmeg dances upward. You take a sip. The taste is ancient, familiar. The warmth spreads through your chest and down your limbs, dissolving any final traces of tension. Far in the distance, you hear the faint strains of a harp, plucked by unseen fingers. It drifts on the breeze, echoing gently between the trees. You lie back on a bed of moss, gazing up into the night sky. The stars now seem closer than ever, glowing softly, pulsing in harmony with your breath. Your body is still, your thoughts almost gone. You are not dreaming. You are resting in the arms of centuries. Time has slowed to a heartbeat. Stay here as long as you wish. There is no schedule. There is no destination. Only this moment, this breath, this peace. The garden watches over you, a guardian of deep rest. And when you are ready, the gondola will return, waiting to carry you into the next chapter of your dream. The gondola returns as promised, emerging silently through a shrouded passage overhung with ivy and ancient stone. The gondolier offers a soft nod as you step aboard. No words are needed, only presence, only peace. As you settle back into the velvet cushions, you notice a small, ornate mask resting on your lap. It is feather-light, made of silver filigree and pale silk ribbons. You tie it gently behind your head, and at once you feel a soft transformation, a quiet shift into a world of enchantment. The gondola glides into a broader waterway, and you see golden light shimmering ahead, hundreds of lanterns suspended on lines between marble balconies. They flicker like captured stars above an open courtyard surrounded by arched colonnades. The reflections dance on the water's surface, casting endless patterns of light below. You are arriving at a masquerade, not one of loud fanfare, but a dreamlike gathering of nobility and artisans, mystics and muses. The courtyard is built on floating platforms, connected by narrow walkways over the canal. The air hums with soft music, a minuet of strings, flutes, and low drums. Stepping ashore, you are greeted by masked attendants dressed in shades of moonlight. Their garments flow like mist as they gesture you forward into the revelry. Everywhere you look, the world is adorned in silver and pearl, velvet and lace. Candles flicker in mirrored sconces. Perfumes mingle, rosewater, sandalwood, and honeyed myrrh. You are not a visitor here. You are expected. You move through the gathering like a leaf drifting on gentle waves. A woman in a sapphire gown offers you a candied violet. A man in a crimson mask nods respectfully, holding a goblet of sparkling nectar. Laughter echoes like wind chimes in a summer breeze. In the center of the floating ballroom, dancers swirl slowly in pairs. Their movements are effortless, like clouds turning in a midnight sky. A violinist, perched on a balcony above, plays a melody so delicate it feels stitched from dreams. You do not need to dance unless you wish to. Simply being here is enough. You are wrapped in layers of sound and sight, cradled in the embrace of centuries past. You find a seat at the edge of the ballroom, a velvet chaise beneath a marble arch. From here, you watch the masked procession. A woman passes with a white owl on her shoulder. A child tosses rose petals into the canal. A pair of musicians play a duet for harp and glass harmonica. The moon has climbed high overhead, bathing the entire courtyard in a pearlescent glow. You feel its gentle pull, like tides moving through your soul. A server appears beside you with a small crystal bowl. Inside are sugared almonds and candied lemon peel, flavors meant to ease the heart and calm the mind. You taste one. The sweetness spreads like warmth through your chest. Time slows again. Your breath deepens. Your eyes grow heavy. Here, beneath the moon and among masks, you feel perfectly at ease, perfectly still, perfectly you. When you are ready, the gondola awaits once more. Its lantern lit, its velvet cushions fluffed like clouds. The ball continues, but you are gently carried away, drifting onward into the softest shadows of night, toward the next sacred stop on your journey through the dreaming city. As the gondola glides onward, the sound of the masquerade fades behind you like the hush after a symphony's final note. The lanterns grow fewer, and the water becomes dark as ink, disturbed only by the gentle trail of ripples behind your vessel. In the distance, you hear the faint, melodic tolling of bells, a harmony of bronze voices drifting through the air. It is not a call to attention, but an invitation, a lullaby sung by the city itself. You drift through a narrow passage flanked by tall stone walls, worn smooth by time and tide. Slowly, The canal opens once more, and a luminous vision reveals itself. A floating sanctuary. It sits like a pearl atop the lagoon. A circular basilica with steps leading into the water. Its domed roof painted in silver leaf and deep blue. Pillars of alabaster rise like guardians, and from within, soft candlelight flickers, reflecting off the water in golden halos. The gondola slows and comes to rest beside the steps. Your gondolier offers a hand, not commanding but offering. You take it and feel the warmth of centuries flow through your fingers. Inside the sanctuary, the world is hushed. Vast mosaics stretch across the walls and ceiling. Depictions of stars and angels, comets and saints. Candles glow in every alcove, their flames dancing slowly, as if breathing. There is no congregation, no voices, only the occasional bell, chiming at intervals aligned with the movements of the moon. The sound vibrates gently through your chest. You walk down a long central aisle lined with rose petals. Every step echoes like a heartbeat. At the end of the nave, a small reflecting pool lies beneath an oculus in the ceiling. Moonlight pours through it, uninterrupted, forming a perfect circle of light. You kneel beside the pool and gaze into it. The surface is perfectly still, a mirror not just of your face, but of your spirit. You see yourself clearly, peaceful, timeless. You touch the water and send soft ripples outward, letting go of anything heavy. The reflection shifts, not distorting you, but transforming you into something even lighter, even calmer. Then, slowly, you lie on one of the stone benches that curves along the inner wall. The stone is warm, not from sun, but from centuries of holding sacred rest. You stretch out fully. You are not cold. You are not alone. You are surrounded by peace incarnate. The bells toll once more, slower this time. One pause, then another. The rhythm becomes your breath. Your chest rises and falls with the harmony of sacred sleep. Thoughts drift like feathers into the dark. You feel as though you are floating, even as your body grows heavier with rest. Above you, stars begin to shimmer in the oculus. Not stars from the sky, but stars painted into the dome, ancient and exact, mapping constellations long forgotten. You count them, 1, 2, 3, until numbers lose their meaning. All that remains is the sanctuary's hush, the sound of slow water, the whisper of candlelight. You do not need to go anywhere. There is no next. Only this, only now. You drift within, not without, as the gondola waits once more outside, swaying gently in moonlit silence. The gondola welcomes you once more, gently rocking in rhythm with the tide. As you return to its soft cradle, you feel yourself changed, lighter, slower, more still. The waters around the sanctuary glisten as if sprinkled with stardust, and the air carries the cool, clean scent of midnight. The gondolier does not speak. There is nothing left to say. Only the soft rhythm of his or stroking the water guides you forward now. Each movement propels you gently, silently, through the canals like a breath exhaled by the city itself. The domes of Venice drift by, majestic and dreamlike, glowing silver beneath the fading moon. You pass silent towers and quiet squares where lanterns burn low and shadows sleep. It feels as though the city is holding its breath, honoring your final passage through its slumbering heart. You begin to pass familiar sights, the colonnades near the twilight market, the ivy-cloaked gate to the hidden gardens, the distant echo of music from the ballroom. Everything is quieter now, fainter, as if seen through veils of time. A soft mist begins to roll in, caressing the buildings, blanketing the water's surface. The gondola slows, not from resistance, but as if time itself is easing to a pause. You recline fully now, your eyes half closed, limbs heavy, heart steady. Above, the sky shifts from indigo to deep violet. The stars begin to dim, making room for the earliest glimmers of dawn. A quiet bird calls somewhere above a rooftop. The air is changing gently, respectfully. You feel a warmth in your chest, not from fire, but from presence. You have wandered through dreams, walked with memory, and floated through stillness. Venice has welcomed you, kept you, and now it gently releases you. The gondola approaches a wide expanse where the Grand Canal opens into the open lagoon. Here, the water is vast, flat, and luminous, reflecting not just sky, but soul. You drift here for a long time. The gondola ceases to move. There is no more motion, no destination. You are completely still. And in the stillness, you begin to float not just on water, but within sleep itself. Deep, layered, sacred sleep. Your breath is slower now, shallower. Your thoughts, no longer words, just gentle impressions. Images, feelings of peace. Venice fades not away, but into you. It becomes a part of your rest, your dreaming. Its bells, its lights, its winding paths, now woven into your spirit's lullaby. As your body sinks into perfect comfort, the final sounds you hear are soft and distant. The lapping of water, the last note of a violin, the faint toll of a distant bell. Then silence, the deepest kind of silence. You are floating, you are dreaming, you are home.